With Moto Premium Care, your device is protected. Enjoy 24/7 priority support and rapid repairs. Designed for your Motorola Edge. Experience peace of mind.
Motorola has built the Edge 70 Pro around a specific trade-off, prioritizing raw hardware metrics over the multi-purpose versatility of their previous flagships. To see why that matters, look at the Edge 60 Pro. It was designed as a balanced, premium all-rounder that attempted to satisfy every type of user at once. The 70 Pro moves away from that balance. It maximizes processing power, battery capacity, and AI utility, but it removes several long-standing hardware features to make room for those gains. This side-by-side comparison shows the exact variables Motorola shifted. You're getting a more efficient processor and a much larger battery, but the dedicated telephoto lens and wireless charging are gone. The question is whether the display and AI upgrades outweigh those physical losses. We're going to break down these specific hardware swaps to see if the gains in performance actually justify what you're being asked to give up. Ultimately, choosing this phone depends on which specific features you consider essential to your daily workflow. The display is a 6.8-inch, 1.5K AMOLED panel, now featuring an increased 144 Hz refresh rate. That higher ceiling makes a noticeable difference in UI fluidness and supported high frame rate games, providing a smoother experience than the previous 120 Hz standard. Outdoor visibility is also improved, with the panel reaching a 5200 nit peak. Even in direct overhead sunlight, the screen remains clear and readable without straining. However, there is a practical hurdle that comes with this panel. Motorola does not include a pre-applied screen protector in the box. Because the display slopes downward on all four sides, traditional flat tempered glass cannot adhere to the edges. You will have to find and apply specialized UV-bonded glass or film protectors yourself, which adds both cost and technical difficulty to the setup process. While the panel delivers flagship-level visuals, the quad-curved design makes protecting that glass much more difficult than a standard flat display. The MediaTek Dimensity 8500 XTM chip moves the Edge 70 Pro into a higher performance bracket than its predecessor. This 4nm silicon is paired with UFS 4.1 storage, providing faster read and write speeds across the entire system. For gamers, this means sustaining a stable 120 frames per second in demanding titles like Call of Duty and BGMI, even during extended sessions. Productivity is handled by the new AI Action Key, which provides a physical shortcut to tools like Copilot and Gemini. The Take Notes feature is particularly useful for professionals. It records audio during meetings and generates a summarized text breakdown automatically. While the internal storage is fast, the physical data port is limited by USB 2.0 speeds. You can capture 4K 60 frame per second video on every sensor, but moving those massive files to a computer via a cable becomes a slow, frustrating process. The processing power allows you to create high-end content, but the physical port creates a significant friction point when you try to export that work. Motorola has focused heavily on endurance, fitting a 6500 mAh silicon carbon battery into the device. Under heavy use, including gaming and navigation, this cell comfortably provides a day and a half of power on a single charge. The primary camera uses a 50-megapixel Sony LYTIA sensor, which produces natural skin tones and handles low light environments with very little noise. However, look at the internal space of the chassis. To keep the phone at a slim 6.99 millimeters while housing that massive battery, Motorola had to remove other physical components. The first thing to go was the wireless charging coil, a feature that was standard on the previous model. They also had to remove the dedicated telephoto zoom lens to make the internal layout fit. Without that optical hardware, you are forced to use digital cropping for zoom shots, which results in a clear loss of detail when capturing distant subjects. Motorola has prioritized a slim, long-lasting design for gamers and power users, even though it comes at the expense of photographic versatility. The Moto Edge 70 Pro is a specialized performance machine rather than a general-purpose flagship. This quadrant determines your exact return on investment. If you prioritize 120 FPS gaming, marathon battery life, and AI summaries, its value is massive. But if you rely on wireless charging or optical zoom, the Edge 70 Pro removes the features you need most. For those who value camera versatility and charging convenience, the smarter move is to look at other flagship options or stick with your current device. The Moto Edge 70 Pro delivers massive gains for a very specific type of power user, provided they accept the required hardware trade-offs.